From Kecoughtan High School, Channel 5 presents Peninsula District Girls Basketball. The Kecoughtan Warriors hosting the Phoebus Phantoms. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to Kecoughtan High School for this game between the first place Phoebus Phantoms. They are undefeated in Peninsula District play, 11-0, one defeat on the season, that in a Northern Virginia Christmas tournament. And Coach Mike Talon, making no excuses, said that was the worst game his team has played this year, but they've been playing very well as of late. Kecoughtan also playing well as of late. They are 9-2 in the Peninsula District, and they're 9-4 overall. And this should be a very fine matchup between two very good teams, Bob.
Well, it really should be, Tim. We're very fortunate to have the number one and number two team in a game here on Channel 5. The Phoebus Phantoms have just done an outstanding job. Talked to Mike Talon yesterday. We did a program with his girls. He is more concerned about the defensive prowess of his team than his offense. The offense takes care of itself. But he is such a fine teacher. You watch him in practice and watch how he teaches the fundamentals. It really makes you know that he is doing a good job. And on the other side, Anita Cooper did a program with her. She has got such a fine philosophy of getting to the girls, talking to the girls, learning about what their desires are, and she just does an excellent job over here. So we have two good teams going at it tonight.
Should have a fine matchup this evening. There you see the lineups for the Lady Phantoms: Bishop, Hargrove, Vaughn, Reese, and of course the consensus All-American Lakeisha Frett, averaging just a little short of 30 points a game. A tremendous athlete and a tremendous basketball player. Lakeisha Frett is truly one of the best in the country.
Well, and while we're on that subject, she has been voted in as a parade All-American. Not many people know this. They have wrote to Mike asking for a picture, so when they ask for a picture to be put in a parade magazine, you know she's got to be in the top 10 of all the players in the United States, and that's tremendous.
Here you see the introduction of the Lady Warriors. TJ Abraham will be the matchup against Lakeisha. Dina Franklin, Keisha Grant, Javanka Lewis, and Nikki Perdue. But Abraham is doing a superb job for this Kecoughtan team. She is right behind Lakeisha in the scoring column with 22.1, second in the district behind Lakeisha Frett. So, you know, on paper, you've got the two best scorers on the Peninsula District. You've got the two teams that are 1-2. Of course, Kecoughtan is in a logjam with Gloucester and Menchville for that second spot, but nonetheless, the cream of the crop here tonight at Kecoughtan High School.
Right. Well, one thing you're going to see is Kecoughtan will come out with what they call the twin towers. They got TJ Abraham and Tashonda Henry, who is just a little bit taller. These two girls could really cause some problems underneath for the Phantoms, but the Phantoms used to rely on their speed and their defense, not letting the ball get inside.
There you see the names of the coaches. Anita Cooper doing a fine job at Kecoughtan. Mike Talon, as usual, his usual superb tenure at Phoebus High School. And, of course, Phoebus ranked in the state and looking for postseason action as we're about set to go. This will pit. The referee, by the way, is Jim Osborne. That is he with the ball. And our umpire will be Brian Fuller. And we are underway. Ball is controlled by the Phantoms. And underneath the basket for the easy lay-on is number 33, Keisha Reese. And they steal the ball, and the Phantoms score immediately off Lakeisha Frett. That defense you talked about.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to play full court. They're going to make Kecoughtan work hard to even get the ball down to their end of the court. They're going to trap all over.
And there's that pressure defense causing the turnover as the usually very reliable Javanka Lewis dribbled it out of bounds. Quickly down the court, the Phantoms, who are not a single-faceted team, so don't get the impression that if Frett is shut down, that team will lose, because that's not the way this Phoebus girls team works. Here you see a good reason why. Right there, 33, Keisha Reese has 2 baskets, and it's 6-0. And the ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Phantoms.
Well, you'll see that Kecoughtan has dropped back in the zone trying to keep the ball away from Lakeisha. But if you do and you sag back, then you open it up for your outside jump shots. And Keisha Reese is one of the reasons they are very successful. And there you see Fred again on a steal, and another basket by Lakeisha Fred.
And again, she is not just a scorer, she is a good defensive player. This is one of the things that I know Mike Talon preaches defense to his girls. And Lakeisha Fred, who has the natural abilities to score, has really worked on her defensive game as well.
She really has, Tim, and that's a good hats off to Mike Talon to take a tremendously gifted athlete who can score as well as Fred, and then get her to play the defense, because that's probably the hardest thing to get anybody to do with basketball, is to play defense. You've got to, it's very unselfish because you don't get much recognition. You always get recognition. We see the replay on Lakeisha's shot there. You get the recognition because of points scored, and sometimes because of the number of rebounds, but not because of the defense you play, because there's not many statistics except steals, but you cause turnovers, you cause errant passes and things because of your defense, and that's what Mike Talon teaches.
Anita Cooper needed a timeout for her Lady Warriors to regroup here as they've fallen behind 8-0. We've played just 2 minutes and 1 second, and this high potency Phoebus team on the way again. Kecoughtan with the ball. This is Lewis trying to lob it inside for TJ Abraham. Abraham double team, put it up, no good. Henry in there, the other part of that Twin Towers, tapped it around but couldn't control it. Here come the Phantoms. Good block on the baseline by Henry. Her superior height showing up that time.
Kenya Vaughn had a good shot and momentarily fumbled the ball, and when she went up for it, this Henry was right there to stuff her.
Henry listed at 6'2". I would have to think she's more like 6'3 and a half. Off the front of the rim, back come the Phantoms. They want a fast break. Fret's down the court. Put it up on the rim, in. Lakeisha Fret with 6. And the Phantoms lead 10-0. Full court pressure by the Lady Phantoms. Lewis finds Dina Franklin. Her pass is picked off nicely.
Again by Kenya Vaughn.
And then lost out of bounds. Kenya Vaughn, a good job of anticipating that last pass.
And Mike Talon says she's probably the most improved player, Tim. She's got a great shot, but she has improved her defense and her ability to be a little more aggressive.
Lewis comes out of the ball game in favor of Nikki Perdue. Nikki, her pass picked off. Inside feed for Lakeisha.
Nice feed by Jamal Hargrove. What a nice feed.
Ball is loose, and again stolen by the Phantoms. Lakeisha Fret put it up. Good. Nothing but net for Lakeisha Fret. She's got 10 points, and we haven't played 3 minutes yet. Long baseball pass down the court for Nikki Perdue. Nikki put it up, got her own rebound, then she is fouled from behind.
Well, she got double teamed, but she was trying to get she's trying to get those first 2 points, kind of break the ice, so to speak. It just doesn't seem like the Warriors have gotten many shots at the basket. I don't believe they shot more than 2 times at the basket so far, Tim. So you get the first 2 and it kind of breaks the ice for you.
This will be a non-shooting foul, the personal foul charge to Felicia Bishop. Henry from the free throw line off the mark. Fret with the rebound. 4 on 3. Fret dishes off. Hargrave is fouled on the way up.
These young ladies know each other, Tim, because they play in Boo Williams Summer League, and they'll play on the same team. And I'm talking about Henry and Abraham and Fret and Reese and some of these other girls. So they know each other. And when they get out on the court, they really are very competitive against each other. And that's why Kecoughtan has got to try to settle down and get this thing together, because Phoebus has come out and has really controlled the flow of the game and the tempo, and their defense right now is showing that they're very formidable.
Here's the replay of the foul. There you saw very clearly the foul, and both free throws at this end of the court are missed by Hargrove. Janelle Hargrove, one of those young ladies you like to have on your team. She's always hustling, always scrapping for the ball. She's the epitome of the hard worker out there.
Yeah, she is that, Tim.
And there was a travel but didn't call it. Doesn't matter, it's stolen by the Phantoms nonetheless. This is Hargrove underneath off the glass and in.
And again, good coaching by Mike. When these young ladies steal the ball and they dribble, they have their head up. They're looking to pass the ball to somebody underneath.
Saved, but right to the other team in the favor, in the hands of TJ Abraham. And she gets Kecoughtan's first basket. They break the shutout string of 16 straight points. 16-2 with 4:19 remaining in the first period. Keisha Reese in for Fred, and Fred is fouled by TJ Abraham.
And they're going to double team Lakeisha every time she gets the ball down inside the paint or in the box area, because she is just deadly. She's got a tremendous outside jumper, but you get her within 8 to 10 feet of that basket and it's almost automatic.
Hargrove inbounds to Reese. Kick it out, 17-footer off to the left, no good. Good hustle underneath. Fred got the rebound, put it up, no good. And again, the long rebound comes out for Felicia Bishop. Outside shot, no good. Crashing the board is Henry, and last touched out of bounds by the Phantoms.
That was a nice hustle by Keisha Reese.
16-2 is our score. Phoebus on top. Dina Franklin spins and shoots, no good. She was on the back of Hargrove, no call. Hargrove, the length of the floor and in. Janelle Hargrove has 4 points.
I remember her 2 years ago, Tim, when she got into a ball game, she would be so aggressive and she looked like she was running all over the place, not knowing what she's doing, but she's still got all that energy, but now she knows what she's doing out there. It's just tremendous to see the growth of that young lady.
Keisha Reese called for the personal foul on the double team. It'll be a player control foul. Keisha Grant inbounds, and it's stolen. This is Reese. Left-handed layup, good. Reese with 6 points. And the game I thought would materialize has not as of this point. Phoebus just destroying Kecoughtan here early.
And it's the defense that's doing it, Tim. It's the defense that's really made this game go the way it has.
Got some defense by Nikki Perdue. A little defense on the part of Kecoughtan, and then it's knocked out of bounds, last touched by Perdue.
Well, that shows you can't relax.
3:05, it's 20-2. 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. There is no shot clock, those of you that may not be totally familiar with high school ball. Fret's inside move is picked off by Dina Franklin. Comes Keisha Grant for Kecoughtan. Nikki Perdue is hounded by Hargrove, and the foul will be called against Hargrove. I was surprised they didn't call it to begin with.
Yeah,
they've been kind of wishy-washy on their calls here. One time there's a touch foul and they call it. Next time, short of blood, they don't call it.
Well, you're right. The foul I thought happened at the beginning. When he called the foul, I thought both girls were going for the ball, but maybe he felt like he should have blown the whistle a little sooner. Whatever.
The correct call nonetheless. There was a foul, and a foul is called. Again, player control foul. Neither team is over the 7-foul limit at this point. Henry will put it up and hit it from the free throw line. That is LaShonda Henry. Fret on the baseline. Can't get the roll. Ball is loose, and a jump ball will ensue. Henry with a much shorter and like-numbered 21 Kenya Vaughn, but of course in high school ball you do not jump except at the beginning of the game. After that, it's the possession arrow that dictates who has control.
Number 42, Jennifer Chapman, has replaced Kenya Vaughn in the Phoebus lineup.
Nikki Perdue throws up a long air ball, and it'll belong to the Phantoms. Nikki just glad to get a shot away with all of this tenacious defense that Phoebus has exhibited. 16-point lead for the Phantoms. Pass underneath the basket. Nice move by Chapman to save the errant pass. Felicia Bishop at the top of the key. Hargrove looks inside, now goes across the court to Keisha Reese, who's wide open, can't get it to go. Fred follows, it doesn't go, and a foul is called.
That was a nice follow by Lakeisha, even though it didn't go in. It's almost like a touch pass. She caught the ball and it was right back up. I didn't catch who the foul was on, Tim.
42, Jennifer Chapman was called for the personal foul. Kind of a maze of players. We'll get a chance to watch the replay here. See if you can pick up the foul.
She evidently had a hold of the arm of number 40. I'm sorry, not 40. 20.
Abrahams, her shot off balance, goes off the rim. Back come the Phantoms. A minute 27 left here in the first. Right into the hands of Nikki Purdue, and her lead pass is finally controlled, and good hustle again. Both teams not sitting back here. They're playing quite aggressively. You wouldn't think it's a 16-point lead. Kecoughtan, of course, trying to get back in this game. They're a good ball club, and the score is not indicative of that right now. Out of the lineup for the Phantoms comes Yolanda Fitzgerald, and in comes 21, Kenya Vaughn. Reese, baseline runner is good. 8 points for Keisha Reese. She has 8 while Fred has 10. Hargrove has the other 4. Pass inside is deflected, controlled by Abraham. TJ banks it in.
You let her get the ball inside the box of paint area. She has some real fine moves.
Averaging more than 22 points per game. She has 4 now. Pass inside right into the hands of Chapman, and she forced the shot. And then Henry with the rebound. Way outside, 3-point attempt doesn't go. That'll belong to Phoebus with about a half a minute remaining. In the lineup now comes 22, Desiree Allen for the Phantoms, replacing Hargrove as Mike Talon will go to his bench here in the first quarter. First period, I guess. I don't know how they do that anymore. I guess it's 4 periods. Fake from the free throw line. Kenya Vaughn. Reese. In the corner for Allen. 5 seconds remaining. Allen took steps before she shot. Good call by referee Jim Osborne. Shuffled her feet before she fired. 4 seconds remaining in the first period. Phantoms putting on full court pressure, trying to force the turnover. They almost did. And in fact, they say they did.
We want to give special thanks to Leonard Thomas, AD here at Kecoughtan, for helping us set up, giving Scotty some hand, and they always treat us good over here.
And a travel call.
We've had 3 turnovers in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. It was 4 seconds. That was the 3rd turnover.
We certainly do want to thank the people here at Kecoughtan for all their help. All the Hampton City schools. Whoa! It almost went in. I'm not sure it would have counted.
No, I think it was after the shot, after the buzzer. But go ahead.
But I did want to finish that thought that we do appreciate the help, and certainly without question we get an awful lot of assistance from the different schools. Their graciousness and their ability to help us is greatly appreciated. If we don't thank them often enough, we certainly should. 22-6 after 1 period as the Phantoms paced by 10 points from Fret, 8 from Reese, and 4 points from Hargrove. As you look at one of the younger members of the audience here tonight at the ball game, we'll also have a second game tonight, which will be the boys' game between these 2 schools, and that will be airing here on Channel 5 on another time and date.
Well, that young lady that you saw, so pretty, her mother's right next to us here. That's Crystal Bell, who is acting as our go-between in the truck. And she was with us at the last game, and we appreciate it. But you can see that she comes by her beauty naturally.
There you go. Second period underway as Kecoughtan will have it to start, trailing by 22-6. It was all Phoebus in the first. Lewis can't get the roll. Fret with the board. Keisha Reese will push it up the floor. Bishop into Fret. Fret in traffic, put it up, no good. And that was Tashonda Henry with the rebound.
She was triple teamed when she put that ball up.
Turnover to the Phantoms. Comes Reese. Inside for Fret. She's a little bit far under the basket, but she knows what to do with it. As she now has 12.
You're going to run out of room on there.
Going to need to put another line in there for Miss Fret. The score columns. Abraham has her pocket picked.
That was the second time that's been picked by Keisha Reese.
Bishop looking around the court, didn't keep her eye on the ball and lost control of it. Javanka Lewis will put it up, no good. And on the follow-up, I believe Lewis will be called for the personal. That's who it will be against. That'll be the first on Javanka Lewis. And she's going to come back out of the ball game. So she very steady last time we saw. Here's the replay. You'll see the shot and then the follow-up on the rebound over the back, and a good call by the officials. But in that game we did last week between Hampton and this same Kecoughtan girls team, Lewis was truly instrumental in that game in Kecoughtan's winning. She's been off to a little bit of a slow start tonight.
Well, the defense has had a little bit to do with that.
They clear out the right side for Reese. Reese bounce pass underneath. Shot is a little short, but Fret follows it in. So Lakeisha Fret underneath there with her 6'2" height gets the rebound and sticks it back up and in. Fret steals and throws the ball right to Janelle Hargrove. Hargrove switching hands on the dribble, banks it in.
Nice. Had she not done that, she'd have lost the ball because she was going to get double teamed. Nice move.
Hargrove with the basket. She has 6. Abraham down low has it stolen by Fret. Fret spots Hargrove, and Hargrove is creamed from behind. That it was a vicious.
And it was unintentional. It really was.
It didn't look too unintentional from here.
And it was. She got the ball and turned around. The other gal was coming with a full head of steam, and she went right in her path.
Well, an intentional foul has been ruled by the official, Brian Fuller. With the crossed hands, will give Hargrove 2 shots, and then Phoebus will have the ball.
I don't know that that was an intentional foul. I don't know if we have it on replay or not.
Well, I don't mean that she was trying to hurt her, but I think there was a little frustration involved there. And
well, Janelle almost slid out of the gym.
Boy,
I mean, she must slid 15 feet.
That was a pretty heavy hit. Janelle is 0 for 3 from the free throw line here. She is having some difficulty and completes that 0 for 4. Now
this is that crossover, Tim. Watch this move.
Pardue
would have had the ball had she not crossed over. Did a great job of going up and keeping her eye on the basket. Nice camera work.
Made it look easy, just like our camera people make it look easy. Inside, Fret with the easy basket. 30-6. 8 straight points by the Phantoms. Henry had the rebound and lost it. It's still battled for. Henry finally controlled it, and Fret cleared the board in front of Abraham. Fret bounce pass left side. It goes off the hands and foot of 21, Kenya Vaughn.
That was a nice pass, Tim.
Henry spots Abraham underneath. Hook shot off the rim. And Fret with another rebound. You're watching Kecoughtan girls versus the Phoebus girls. Tim Cole with Bob Hintz coming to you on this 28th of January, 1991. This game videotaped at Kecoughtan High School. You're watching Lakeisha Fret, the All-American from Phoebus, light up the scoreboard here.
Put on a clinic.
18 points, and we still have 5 minutes to go in the first half. Lakeisha averaging almost 30. At this pace, she'll be well on her way tonight. Reese banks it in. Yes, took a little bit of a hesitation there, but in fact did fall for Keisha Reese, and she's got 10. And again, not quite 4 minutes into the second period. Abraham chases it down, tried to save it, does, and then Hargrove, off balance, commits the foul. That's her second. You saw Janelle there a little frustrated with herself. She says, but referee, I wasn't really trying to.
It was nothing like the foul. It was all me last time.
She should have gotten 4 shots for that foul. Fred will check out, as will Hargrove. Mike Talon will empty the bench and give some more playing time to the reserves. Abraham tied up inside. Nikki Pardue throws up a prayer, and it is saved on the baseline by Grant. Another 3-point attempt, and the rebound comes off for Reese. Reese has it dogged from behind. Good hustle by number 20, Valerie White of Kecoughtan, but she can't get to it. Baseline jumper is good by number 21, Kenya Vaughn. That's her first bucket.
She's got a sweet shot, Tim. You can't leave her
lead.
on.
36 to 30, excuse me, 36-6. And Abraham connects. She has 6 points. We'll see her brother play in the boys game a little later on, and he's a force. Good block inside, another good block. And the Kecoughtan Warriors now utilizing some of that height to play defense. Purdue back to Abraham, 14-footer is short. And back come the Phantoms. This is a very fast-paced game. 3:33 left in the first half. Inside pass is picked off by Abraham. Nikki Pardue will bring it up. 36-8, and then Nikki just threw it away. Anticipated.
She really wasn't sure which one of the 2 girls she was going to throw, and I think she changed her mind in the middle, and it went between the 2 girls.
I know that very play. That's why I don't play basketball. 3:15 remaining in the first half. 36-8. Phoebus raced out to a 22-6 lead at the quarter break. They led 16-0 before Kecoughtan got their first points. Baseline in the tall timber, shot no good, and Abraham with the rebound. Kenya Vaughn trying to shoot over a much taller Tashonda Henry. Inside, Abraham is tied up. Good call. Good job by Jennifer Chapman. Abraham started her move to the basket, and Chapman grabbed the ball and tied her up. Possession arrow gives the ball over to the Phantoms. Inside, good block from behind by Abraham, and another attempt to put the ball up by Desiree Allen, and she has a similar fate. Now again, the shot was blocked.
Well, she's given up about about 8 inches inside.
Nikki Pardue misses, rebound and put up by Abraham, who falls and is helped to her feet. Off the glass and good by Felicia Bishop. So Bishop gets her first points, and now again a 30-point lead, 38-8. Dina Franklin will fire, no good. Chapman with the board. This is Keisha Reese. Desiree Allen, again, not one to give it up. This time draws the foul.
But she's not shy going inside, is she?
No, she hasn't hesitated for a second. Foul is on Abraham. That will be her second. And this will be a shooting foul. Here's your replay. Nice long bounce pass. Desiree Allen sees Abraham coming over, and just to her own credit says, look, I'm going to the basket. You're going to have to stop me. And Abraham did stop her, but got the arm on the play. 2 shots coming for Bishop, and again, Phoebus has yet to hit their first free throw. They are 0 for 5.
Well, if they have a weak point, we found it. Put them on the foul line.
Finally, with that encouragement, they get there first. Desiree Allen with a point, steals the ball. Phantoms move the ball around very well. Back in the game is Fred. Fred hits it from the free throw line. So you think she can just put in those little short jumpers, you're wrong. She'll hurt you from all over the court. Defensively and offensively. She's still growing too, that's the tough part. She's just a junior. Great future ahead for Lakeisha Fred. Dina Franklin's shot, no good. And they say it was last touched by Fred underneath. 1:10 left in the half, 41-8. Nikki Pardue still hasn't been able to find the range. Fred finds herself outmanned. She passes it back to Allen. Allen for Bishop. In the corner, Reese into Fred. Fred hooks it up, and she is fouled by Henry. And I think Fred has grown a little since we last saw her too.
I think she's a little taller than 6'2".
Yeah,
Tim.
I'm beginning to think so, because Henry is a little taller than Abraham. I think Henry's closer to 6'3", and perhaps Lakeisha is in that same area. Here's your replay. You'll see the inside pass for Fred Henry all over the back of Lakeisha Fred, and the two shots coming.
But you can see that that Phoebus will try to get the good shot at Lakeisha Fred. They've worked the ball inside, and if you plug that up, they pop it out, and they've got the outside shooters. They've got a well-rounded team.
Lakeisha misses, but Reese rebounds and sticks it back in. 12 points for Reese, and it's 44-8. Just 2 points here in the quarter for the Warriors. Thought things were bad in the first, they got worse. All the way to the hoop and in. Kenya Vaughn with 4 points, and Kecoughtan is being decimated by Phoebus. If you think, I just thought we'd see a game. I thought Kecoughtan could play with these girls, but they can't. Not in this first half, at least. And we've got a travel call against Nikki Pardue.
And again, Tim, the reason is the defense, the pressure that these Lady Phantoms put on you full court is just taking any confidence away from the Warriors. I mean, they just don't look like the same team that we saw play last week.
They really don't, and I'm not trying to be overly hard on them, because they are a good team. I've said that, and I want to repeat myself. They're just having a tough time. When you want to have your best game against Phoebus to begin with. When you're not having a great game, then you're really in trouble.
You got that right.
All right.
The last points, Desiree Allen, nice feed inside to Kenya Vaughn, and that brings us to a 48-8 halftime, Tim.
26 points in the second quarter for the Phantoms, just 2 for the Kecoughtan Warriors. We'll return to Kecoughtan High School for the third period of action after this brief timeout. Score at halftime, 48-8 in favor of the Phoebus Phantoms. Quickly running down the unofficial scoring in the first quarter, or first half rather. The Kecoughtan Warriors didn't have a lot of scoring with just 8 points. 6 points came from their leading scorer and the second leading scorer in the Peninsula District, TJ Abraham, all of her points from the field, 3 baskets. And Tashandra Henry, the 2 Twin Towers, she had the other 2 points. For the Phantoms, they were paced by All-American Lakeisha Fred with 19 points. She had 18 from the floor and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 6 points for Janelle Hargrove, all from the floor. 6 points from Kenya Vaughn, 2 from Felicia Bishop, 1 from Desiree Allen, and 12 additional points from Keisha Reese. Hers all coming from the floor. Kecoughtan was 0 for 0. They did not shoot a free throw, and the Phantoms were 2 out of 6. If there was a weak spot, check that, 2 out of 8 for the Phantoms from the free throw line. If there was a weak spot, that was the only one I saw. And Kecoughtan will have the ball to start the second half. Javanka Lewis, double teamed in the corner, loses the ball. Quickly down the court, the Phantoms pick up where they left off. Reese looking for someone inside. No one moved to the inside. 15-footer off the rim, no good. Chased down by Felicia Bishop. Hargrove looking inside for Fret. Instead, tries to get it to Kenya Vaughn, and then it goes out of bounds, but Kecoughtan last touched the ball. Vaughn's pass for Fred is knocked away. Reese chases it down. Vaughn underneath has it blocked. Loose ball picked up by Hargrove. Again, no shot clock in high school ball. Reese blocked by Abraham. Fred gets the loose ball, forces it up, it goes, and she is fouled.
That was a nice block by Abraham on the shot, but the Phantoms are so scrappy they came up with a loose ball.
Fred will get the basket.
There's a good shot of T.J. Abraham. You can see the block, nice block, but it went right to the Keisha Fret, who went right up with it strong, made the 2, and got the foul shot.
In and out on the free throw, and the ball is chased down by Reese. Finally controlled by T.J. Abraham. All alone underneath Franklin, but she's not all alone for long, and then she travels with the ball as Reese responded very quickly and forced the travel. Felicia Bishop looking down the court. Right side feed and almost saved, but not quite, as Kenya Vaughn couldn't hold on. So play a little bit sloppy here by both teams to start the second half.
Well, you have a tendency to relax, and there's not much adrenaline flowing after that 48-8 lead at the end of the first half.
That swarming Phoebus defense giving Dina Franklin fits. Javanka Lewis can't get it to drop. And out with the ball comes Keisha Reese. Hargrove, bounce pass inside. Fret, nice move. Almost got the reverse layup to go.
Excellent move.
Oh, and an elbow to the face on the rebound. Totally unintentional, but she caught it right in the chops. And let's hope she's all right. I believe that's Kenya Vaughn who got the elbow.
Yes, number 21, Tim. Sure is. You're right. She caught it flush in the face. Unintentional.
We'll get a chance to see it on the replay. You'll see the shot by Fred as she is way underneath the basket. Almost got the ball to fall. Then you'll see the rebound, and there, boom, right there in the chops. So let's hope she's all right. I imagine she's seeing a little bit of a starry night right now. And Mike Talon there to help her up and escort her off the court. She'll come out at least temporarily. But again, that was one of those things. That was a pure and simple case of just being in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Oh, Abraham just turned around, which she can do, and just...
And she wasn't flailing the elbows or anything. No. She just spun around and boom. So a little attention to the forehead, it looks like. And hopefully the young lady will be all right. Henry from 15 banks it in. So Tashonda Henry has 4 points. Fred's pass off the hands of, who were they going to say, off of her teammate. I thought for a moment that it might have been tipped by a Warrior. But the call is the ball belongs to Kecoughtan. 5:22 left in the third period. Dina Franklin gives to Lewis. Lewis trying to feed the ball inside, and we've got a whistle. Jim Osborne has called the infraction. This one is on Jennifer Chapman. That'll be her second unofficially. Player control foul. Dina Franklin will inbounds. Off the rim, no good. Chased down by the taller Henry, and then is last touched out of bounds by Phoebus. Inside Abraham, and the foul is called against Keisha Reese. That'll be 2 on Keisha. And Abraham rather, will get 2 shots for her efforts. You get a chance to watch the replay. You'll see as Grant will try and get the ball inside here in a moment to Abraham. And then Reese got her on the arm. Abraham misses both free throws. Neither team having much success from the free throw line. Lakeisha Frett. That's past baseline and a travel. So Chapman up against a much taller opponent. Shuffled her feet. Chapman will come out of the ball game for the Phantoms, and in her place will come Yolanda Fitzgerald, number 30. Turn around from Henry, and she has got that pass and shot down. 2 for 2 for that turnaround one-hander. 50-12 in favor of Phoebus. Bit of a run here by the Warriors. Ball knocked away. Should be allowed to be picked up, and it is. No backcourt violation. It was knocked there by Kecoughtan. This is Desiree Allen to Frett. In it goes Fitzgerald, and a foul on Abraham. Looked like a pretty good block.
I did too. Nice entry pass by Frett.
As you look at one of the younger members of the audience here tonight at the ball game, we'll also any chance that Kecoughtan may have down the stretch. Get a chance to watch a replay. It looked like she got all ball.
Yeah, I hate to do it, but that was one of the better blocks we've seen.
Don't like to badmouth the officials, but that one was a pretty tough call. Fitzgerald misses both free throws, so the Phantoms' woes continue. There was that block again. And it led to the officials' credit, they don't have replay. They got to look at it at regular speed. Frett with the left hand in. So Lakeisha adds 4 here in the second half. She's got 23 for the night. Still under her average. And a traveling call against Javanka Lewis.
And that caused by the double team out in the front court by Hargrove. And I believe it was Keisha Reese.
Janelle Hargrove lost her balance momentarily. Desiree Allen wants to go inside. Finally chased down by Reese. She spots Frett all alone, and Frett banks it in.
Frett works constantly when she's inside, trying to get position, hand up, asking for the ball.
.27, I had miscounted. 27 points now for Lakeisha.
Well, how could you miscount?
Well, it wasn't easy. Yep, 27. That's unofficial. I hasten to add that too. Since I'm keeping score, it's definitely unofficial. Keisha with another basket will be right at her average. Pass chased down nicely by Felicia Bishop. Hargrave wants to go inside. Fred guarded well by Tashonda Henry. And a 5-second violation. Hargrove couldn't find anybody to pass to. She says, Coach, I couldn't find anybody. And of course, Mike Talon says, oh, yes, you could have.
You didn't look good enough because Fred was open a couple times.
Long pass off the hands of Henry out of bounds. (54-12), 2:40 remaining here in the third period. You're watching the Kecoughtan Warriors hosting the Phoebus Phantoms. Phoebus number 1 in the Peninsula District. Kecoughtan tied with Gloucester and Menchville for second place with a 9-2 district record.
Well, good to see Kenya Vaughn come back in replacing Janelle Hargrove, Tim. That blow she took to the head did not sit her down for the rest of the half.
Turnover will give the ball back to the Phantoms as Keisha Grant will come back in for Kecoughtan, and she'll replace April Ferguson, who had come in for a brief stint. Felicia Bishop will call the play. Desiree Allen. And we've got a foul. I believe it's going to be on Nikki Pardue.
Well, she jumping up and down like it wasn't me, so you know that's who he's pointing to.
Yep. That'll be the first on Nikki. And since the Warriors as a team do not have 7 in this half, it'll be a player control foul. Ball is chased down by Reese. On the baseline, too strong. Fret got the rebound and sticks it back in, as she so often does. She has 29 now in an almost effortless attempt. Dina Franklin from just inside the three-point range. And Fret gets the air ball. Then she loses it coming down the court. Good defense from behind, and then a tie-up as Grant, in her frustration, slings Desiree Allen and the ball around.
A little frustration there.
And again, the possession arrow will give the ball to the Phantoms. You see the tie-up, and she just fling or flung, whatever the word is. Reese can't get it to drop. Chases down the ball. She and Nikki Pardue tie up, and this will belong to the Warriors. Alternating that possession arrow. 1:31 left in the third. 56-12 in favor of the Phantoms. Phoebus has been on top from the very beginning, and there's a good reason why, as Reese bats the pass down and scores. 14 points for Keisha Reese. And Henry from way outside. You'd expect the 6'3" young lady to get her points down low, but she's been getting them from the 15 and 17-point range.
Well, that was the three-pointer, but when she launched that one, it was out of her range.
Reese hustling underneath in the tall timber, gets the rebound, got her own rebound, and drew the foul. So that's the kind of hustle you gotta like if you're Mike Talon.
Oh, that's for sure.
There you see Tashandra Henry.
The foul was on number 21 for the Kecoughtan. That was
Henry. That is
Henry.
Second. Reese will go to the free throw line. She has yet to visit the charity stripe. Let's see if she has better luck than some of her teammates have had. And the bad luck at that stripe continues. Just 2 of 13 from the free throw line. And she makes it 3 out of 14. Keisha Reese. Mike Talon will have them shooting free throws tomorrow night.
You read my mind.
Nikki Perdue inside, and this time Henry, the tall lady on the Warriors, can't get the close-in shot to go. A little more than half a minute to go in the third period. This game videotaped on the 28th of January of 1992. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz coming to you from Kecoughtan High School, friendly confines of Warrior Country. The 15-footer is no good. Reese had it for a moment, then Henry controlled it. And again, the tenacious defense of Keisha Reese almost caused another turnover.
She is just, when a player takes up the dribble, it looks like Keisha's there in a heartbeat to double team.
She's very quick. And the ball is stolen by Hargrove, and she is hit from behind by Nikki Perdue. Not maliciously, but nonetheless, the contact there and a foul called. That young lady looks familiar. Who's that?
That's Dawn Pappas.
I thought so. We've seen Dawn play several sports here in years past. The daughter of a man I went to school with.
Well, that'll date you.
Yeah, that's Grandpa Paps probably by now.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Well, I'm a grandpa. He ought to be.
But you're older looking than he is.
Thanks a lot, Bob. Just for that, I'm going to remind everybody that you're a grandpa, too.
That's all right. It's about time.
5 seconds remaining here in the third. Fret at the free throw line. She is 1 of 3 tonight and makes that 2 of 4. Here, as you see the replay of the foul. And you see Lakeisha Fret at the free throw line. It is no good, off to the left. 3 seconds to go. And again, see, Phoebus doesn't even let you get the easy basket with a second to go in the period. 1 second to go, and the defense forces the ball out of bounds. Have to get it off right away. She does. The basket will count.
And no, somebody was sleeping for the Phantoms. You don't see that often.
Keisha Grant got the inbounds pass, and in almost one single move, banked it in and makes it a 60-14 game as we'll enter the fourth quarter. So 6 points in the quarter that time, and only 12 for the Phantoms as they had burned the nets earlier. You'll see a little replay of the action. There's the inbounds pass with just 1 second to go, and Grant released it as quickly as she could and did so very accurately. So we have 8 minutes remaining in this ball game.
And Mr. Hathaway just walked in, him and his lovely wife, principal here at Kecoughtan High School, former basketball coach, an adversary of mine.
Yeah, I remember Hathaway when he was coaching here. I used to come do some of the games back in the 70s when I was doing the high school sports with Warner Cable. And we came over and...
You haven't left us yet, have you?
No, you guys did a good job. You let us play.
All right, I heard you mention to Jim Osborne that you thought you were doing a good job, and I think they are, and they're letting the girls play. He said they're trying to. But, yeah, so many times, if you call every possible foul, you're going to be here half the night. Inside for Abraham, and she can't get it, and then a traveling call. That one, I believe, against Abraham.
No,
no.
The traveling call was against Kenya Vaughn.
Okay. I thought it was, but then he pointed.
He pointed the wrong way.
The wrong direction, yeah. So, you know, I took my cue from him, so I'll get him after the game. Henry lobs it inside. Abraham had it for a minute, and then Fret with a great steal tried to throw the long lead pass, but it didn't work. Kecoughtan gets it back. Inside again, Fret steals. She says, I got it this time. She's going to dunk in one of these games.
Yes,
they've talked about that all year. That was a good chance she might have had there. To my knowledge, and I believe if I read the article correctly, no girl has in a regular game ever dunked the ball in the Peninsula District. But Lakeisha Fred, as she continues to grow and as she has great leaping ability, I believe she's going to get one of these breakaways one time. And what the heck, you know, just try it. I mean, you're up 62-14. You might as well go for it.
There you go.
Close game, no, but what the heck. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. 62-14 is our score. Phoebus well on their way to their 14th victory of the season. A single defeat in Northern Virginia back in the Christmas tournament. The only blemish on the Phantoms record. Got some tough teams up in Northern Virginia,
yes,
too, down the road.
Mike says they play more of a half-court game than what they do here on the peninsula, but he says fundamentally they really are sound teams.
The team that comes to mind is James Madison, of course.
Yes.
They showed us an awful lot last year up in William and Mary Hall. Abraham with that last basket. She now has 8 points to pace her team, but well underneath her 22-point average. Underneath, Desiree Allen with the easy basket.
The shortest gal on the court. Shows if you hustle and work hard enough, you can even get one underneath the basket.
Abraham went up and was fouled. I believe they're going to call this one on 41 Fret. That'll be her first. 31 points in the ball game for Fred, by the way. I believe her high for the season has been 38. Here's your replay. As you see the pass inside, and then you'll see Fred make the contact with Abraham. And Abraham misses the second one, and then we got a tie up. On the jump ball, the possession arrow gives the ball to the Phantoms. Allen in the corner. Fret with a turnaround jumper, it doesn't go. Henry saves it and then knocked out of bounds by Fret. She could have been called for a foul there. But she gave Grant a pretty good shot. Javonka Lewis into Henry. Henry fires up the long shot, doesn't go. Fret with position on Abraham with another rebound. Quick pass down the court and a foul underneath.
And that'll be on Henry.
That'll be 3 unofficially on Henry. Kenya Vaughn will go to the free throw line.
Well, they do have problems from the foul line.
You saw the action leading up to that foul. And their woes continue. Ball is knocked from Abraham and retrieved by the Phantoms. Fret with a left-handed layup. Kenya Vaughn
in and
shot
out.
halfway down. Reese follows and sticks it back in for good.
You're right, that shot went halfway down and then spun right back out.
Reese with 17 unofficially tonight. She's having a real fine game. And then the tie up, again, that defense by the Phantoms. I tell you, Phoebus is hustling for the ball like they were behind by 2. Fret off the glass. Abraham, or rather Henry, there, but couldn't stop her. There you see the tie-up a minute ago where she just ripped the ball right out of Dina Franklin's hands. Back to the live action, you see Abraham underneath with the bucket.
Nice left hand by TJ.
The TJ has 11, half of her average now. Wide open is number 21, Keisha Vaughn, and she's got 8 points. 72-19. Phoebus leading with 3:20 remaining in the ball game. And the turnover will give the ball back to the Phantoms. For those of you that are watching this game before Friday night the 31st, we'll remind you that we will follow these Kecoughtan Warriors to Bethel High School for a battle between the Bruins and the Warriors Friday night, January 31st, as Fret cans another one.
You put one more there, Tim.
I think I might squeeze one more in there, but that's about it. I'm looking at my score sheet here, and Lakeisha Fred has filled up the score box. Let's see exactly what she's got here. I got her unofficially with 38 points, but she hadn't broken a sweat yet. This is Lakeisha, turnaround jumper, call it 2. And a foul on Fred as she reached in. .38 points unofficially for Lakeisha. We got to talk. We never did talk about our player of the game here, Bob.
On the Phantom side, there's not a whole lot to say. You just said it.
Yep.
And on the
Abraham.
other side, I'm going to go with the Henry girl. I believe she's kept the, she's scored when nobody else could score. So my picker is Henry and Fret.
Well, I got no argument with Fred, to say the least. The only other side would be 13. We got 14, 15 points for Abraham. Of course, she's been working tough inside, but I'll go along with Henry on that. I think we gave Abraham the one the other night, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
I knew your logic here. I've seen this before.
I can't fool you, can
No,
I?
you got me. I'm on to you.
I tell you, you read me like a book.
Yeah. So what you're saying here is if Abraham had scored 80 points tonight, she wouldn't go get it.
No, I wouldn't have done that, too.
40 points unofficially now for Lakeisha Fret. And the Warriors throw it away with 2:11 to go.
Well, they're trying to get the ball inside to their big people, but they're throwing it from almost from half court and are not making good throws because tosses, they're going over the head.
Lakeisha Fred could have taken the shot, but always looking for her teammates, always the team player. Trying to get somebody else in the scorebook. Henry will fire up another long one. 8 points.
It's not the prettiest shot, doesn't have a lot of art, but the results are what counts.
The irony being she's the tallest lady on the court, and all her points are coming from outside as Fret continues to mess up my score sheet. And a timeout called with just 1:32 remaining. 80-23, the Phantoms with the game under control from the very beginning. They led 16-0 before the first points were registered by the Warriors. Raced to a 22-6 quarter lead, 48-8 at half, and it's 60-14. Here you see some of the action. That is Henry with that long shot, nothing but net. And you know, you expect her as the tallest player on the court to be down low working for her points. But not the case. A little more than a minute and a half to go. We want to again thank all the fine folks here at Kecoughtan High School. We want to talk real quickly about those the plaque in the shirt there, Bob.
Okay, yeah, and I have not talked about that, but David Buckwalder, who owns DC Engraving, will give a plaque. They'll donate to the player of the game, and Dave Chubb, owner of Sports Place on Big Bethel Road at Hampton Woods Plaza, will give us a T-shirt. These two young men have supported us in our efforts to show some recognition to one of the outstanding players that we pick each game, and we sure appreciate the plaque from DC Engraving and the shirt from the Sports Place.
You got to work your way across the court there, Bob? So are you going to just try and climb out of here?
As soon as the game's over, I'm going to get a hold of Mike Towle and talk with Mike a little bit.
So we do invite you to stay tuned as Valerie White got the basket for the Warriors. Stay tuned at the conclusion of the game as Bob will have a chance to talk to the likable head coach at Phoebus, Mike Tallon. Talk about what he's got to work with here, which is what a lot of coaches would kill to have the team like he's got.
I'll tell you the truth, but you don't come by it by accident. Mike Tallon is an excellent coach, a great teacher, and he's taken these girls and have worked with them for 2, 3, 4 years at a time, so it's by no accident that they come out and play like they do.
42 seconds remaining. Deep in the corner there, you saw a quick glimpse of the scoreboard. Abraham in the lane, put it up short, and rebounded by Kenya Vaughn. Nikki Perdue reaches in and gets called for the foul. That'll be her third. There you see the time, or at least you did it, at least for a second there. 22 seconds remaining, 80-25. I was talking to you. Did she make both free throws? I know she made one. Yes, she did, because it had been 80. Okay. So 10 seconds remaining. Phantoms picked up a couple of free throws. Been far and few between.
Kenya Vaughn made that last shot.
All right, so that is the buzzer to end the ball game, 84-27. Please stay tuned as Bob will work his way across the court. Get a chance, hopefully, to have a word or two with Mike Tallon, as I mentioned, the coach at Phoebus. 84-27. As Phoebus improves their record to 12-0 and 14-1. And Kecoughtan will fall to 9-3.
Tim,
9-5.
Tim, yes. I got Mike Tallon here. Mike, you guys come out and dictated the game from the start with your defense. You scored a lot of points, but not all because of your offense, but your defense.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday and the day before, in fact. We said that's what we wanted to do tonight. We wanted to see if we could get our defense in gear. And when we're in transition, we're pretty tough. But tell you what, the half-court game wasn't bad either because we moved the ball real well. So I thought the first half was as good a half as we've played. In the second half, you know, we had the big lead and we kind of got a little bit complacent and got sloppy.
Well, and that's going to happen when you got that kind of a lead.
Yeah.
The only weak spot I saw is you missed about 14 or 15 foul shots.
Oh man, yes, and I don't know. I don't know whether that's sometimes in a game where the tempo is up like this, your adrenaline is flowing and everything you do is in forward motion, full speed, and even your free throws get that way. I didn't even think we took time shooting free throws, but we settled down a little bit. And tell you what, the kids played great, I thought, and gave a good effort. And Keisha Reese had a great game. And she was all over the place. Fret broke her own record. She had 44 points tonight. That's why I let her play. And Kenya Vaughn again came and played at the end. Janelle Hargrove, great in the first half. Felicia Bishop had a great game for us the whole game. And we had a couple of kids like Desiree Allen coming off the bench that gave us a good lift. So I thought for the most part we did pretty well.
You really did, and we're glad we come going over here and see you guys play. We're looking forward to seeing you in the district tournament, Mike.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Good luck for the rest of the time,
partner. Thank you, partner.
Okay, Tim, let's go back over to you.
All right, my sentiments exactly. We certainly didn't want to place a negative thought on this game, Mike Talon, in referencing the free throw misses because they did everything else as well as anyone could possibly do it. They were never threatened in this ball game, and Mike Talon's team coasted to an 84-27 victory over a good Kecoughtan team. This Kecoughtan team will play better and have better nights than they did tonight. It was just one of those times that they just didn't play very well, and Phoebus, with their tenacious defense, just never let them get in the ball game. Well, the final score again is the Phantoms of Phoebus High School 84 and the Warriors of Kecoughtan 27. For Bob Hintz, this is Tim Cole. We thank our crew for their usual superb job. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.